All right, dickheads, welcome back to Practicing Fundamentals, Artwod, Beginner Roadmap, Multiple Rounding, blah, blah, blah. Right, I'm a bit sick, my voice is a bit nasally. So yeah, there's some context for you, I guess. Right, I'm a bit tired, but what is the goal? The goal, as always, is, oh yeah, the fucking Artwod grind node. Right, that's what we're doing. But the goal is always to think. So join me, let's practice our fundamentals. Right, there's absolutely no universe where practicing your fundamentals is not a benefit. So with that immutable fact out of the way, right? Irrefutable, immutable, one of those things. The point is, you cannot argue against that. So come join me. Come on, let's really grind our brains, because it's the grind node from Artwod. Link in description, right? I'm not an affiliate yet, but I'm part of their creator challenge right now, which is nice, right? I was so confident that I was gonna get the highest amount of views because that's their metric, right? Whoever gets the most views of their top 15 videos that they post, or reels or shorts or whatever, right? I was so confident, and then I noticed one of the other girls got like 2.9k. I was like, okay, fuck it, I've lost. Let's just post, try to inform people, give them quality education, which actually I am winning on that front. Nobody else is educating. I'm the only one educating, utilizing Artwod's methods. So for you brain rot fuckers, watch it, come back, and then unfuck yourselves by actually practicing and drawing. So with that being said, let us think, right? Let's actually. So I was thinking about this before, but really the main reason why I have trouble memorizing the planes is because I'm not paying attention to the planes. It's sort of it's a bit evident, but this is literally the multiple rounding, right? If we look at the shape, this is all it is. It's like that, right? So there's three flat planes that we can acknowledge right now, right? This one, and that one. So I need to be aware, or is it two flat planes? Fuck. Do I even understand what I'm teaching? If I don't, I need to teach myself even further, right? There is, what does it look like on that front? Yeah, it's three planes. There's three flat planes. So if I have something like this, for example, right, and it's just connected, I need to be aware, and let's say this is the other side, right? I need to be aware of the fact that if I'm trying to rotate this in my mind, that these two planes are facing each other, they're flat planes, and from the bottom, they're also flat. So that's something I need to keep in mind. I know that was super rough, probably not the most eloquently drawn example, but I'm thinking out loud here, and if this helps you, wonderful. If it doesn't help you, well, take the information that does help and disregard the rest, right? That's like the number one advice when it comes to learning anything, is take the information that resonates with you, that sort of clicks and helps you understand something that you've been trying to understand. So, and disregard the rest, right? Maybe one day I'll say something in a particular way that I said just now, but part of my sentence made a lot more sense. So it's not about all or nothing. It's about what does make sense to me right now and what doesn't. So in that regard, I'm going to... Okay, I'm getting better at thinking of what I want to draw too, which is good, right? But in that regard, we are going to establish the perspective, because that's always what we need to establish, is the perspective. It's Antonio says he's the form guy, but I'm gonna fucking take his teachings and put it to the next level in terms of being the really annoying form guy, right? So let me think. And to be honest, with the amount of practice I'm doing right now, and I will be doing in the future, there will be a point where I will be the guy who's always talking about the fundamentals even more than he is. And it's thanks to him. It's honestly just thanks to him, right? He's the reason I've even internalized just how important this is, right? Again, you don't listen to your brain, you listen to the brain of people much smarter than you. If your brain has not given you the art skills that you so desire, then your brain is fucking useless. Turn that shit off. It's literally the most useless fucking brain in the world when it comes to this particular domain, right? So why? In what universe should you listen to yourself? Think about it that way. It's like how it's like that age-old advice of, are you going to teach yourself boxing? Or it's not age-old, but the thing I always like to liken it to martial arts because it's a very understandable analogy. But are you going to teach yourself boxing, or is a coach going to teach you boxing? Right? The answer is the coach. Like you're not you can spend your entire life trying to teach yourself how to throw a punch, right? But you will have to learn from others or the world. That like Kim Jong-il technically was taught art by the world. And again, I use him as an example because I'm inspired by him. He's, in my opinion, the pinnacle of line, right? In terms of like how far he achieved with just line, and specifically this type of line, brush pen line, right? Like excellent draftsman. Andrew Loomis, of course, right? Bern Hogarth, George Bridgman, Michael Hampton, right? All of these really, really good draftsmen, right? Lion Decker, just people and hundreds of thousands of more, right? Like Antonio, right? TB Choi, all those people, right? We listen to them. And they all say the same shit, but different variations of it, because everybody came up with their own understanding of construction, but everybody constructs at the end of the day. Do they not? Do you have any is there any proof that they don't construct? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The answer is no. You have zero proof that they do not construct. Also, I just realized I created 4 flat planes here. No, I didn't. That just looks flat. Never mind. Thank goodness. Right? At least in my case, all the people I look up to in terms of their art, who create really good representational art, construct. Therefore, what is the thing I need to do? Learn how to construct. Right? It's fucking brain dead in how simple it is. But people still want to argue it, right? My girlfriend's cousin, right? And when she watches this video, she's like, "How could you call him out like that?" I'm not really calling him out. And even again, my friends thought I was angry. Not angry. It's just people like he basically disrespected the fundamentals by saying it seems too simple, right? It's so simple that it's stupid. And I feel as if that's what a lot of you have the mindset of, is that the fundamentals are so simple that they're stupid, or like, oh, it can't be that easy. That's the thing, though. It is that easy in the sense that it's that simply. It is that simple of a concept, right? It is just you can do it. You know what I mean? Anybody can do it, but the beauty of it lies in its simplicity, right? So it's all hubris at the end of the day. Beginners just have excess amounts of hubris, and that's what they need to get over. I'm trying to visualize this as I speak, which is, of course, as always, very difficult. I think I messed this angle up. I'm just trying to think. Should have been like this. Yeah, get rid of your pride. This is one thing that I'm actually just regurgitating what Antonio said before, but it really is all just pride. Beginners just think they're above drawing simple shapes and trying to make those shapes more complex. If that sounds like you, think about it. If what I'm saying right now pisses you off, that's a reflection of your internal state. That's a reflection of what you think, which is you likely do disrespect the foundation. Think about anything you like. How would you feel if people said okay, you like cooking, right? And I don't know, I'm just gonna just fucking crapshoot here, I could be wrong, but let's just say the fundamentals of cooking are to measure specific ingredients, to understand how to prepare those ingredients, and to understand how certain ingredients mix together, like the foundation, right? How long to heat things up for, right? Like temperature theory, quote unquote, if it exists. But let's just say those are the fundamentals. And somebody comes along and they say, "That's stupid. It's so simple. That's stupid." Would you not get pissed? And this is cooking, but think about anything you're interested in that you've gained a little bit of proficiency. If you haven't, fucking kill yourself in Minecraft because you should have done something with your life by now. I'm also speaking to my younger self because a complete fucking waste, man. All I do is jack off and play video games. So if that also pisses you off, then that's a reflection of your current internal state as well. But the point is, if somebody were to disrespect or say something about say that what you like is dumb, right? In terms of like how to get good at it, it is a form of disrespect. And that is a form of, obviously, oh shit, that was a mistake, of pride. It's all pride at the end of the day, right? Thinking that you're above something. Okay, so yeah, it's all pride. I don't even know why I went on this tangent, but I'm glad I did, because I do like to reiterate this to myself as well as whoever's listening, is throw your pride away. It is absolutely fucking useless. Be proud. The only thing you should be proud of is the work you're putting in. But never ever be proud. Yeah, how can I say this? Never display pride or hubris about something in which you are completely uninformed about, right? When I'm learning piano, right? What if my teacher was like, okay, well, to get good, because you want to get good, yeah, see, I made a huge mistake here. You need to practice chords, you need to practice scales, and you need to practice arpeggios and all that shit, right? What if I was just like, that's fucking stupid? That's so simple. That's so simple that it's stupid. I think this should have been a way more, there you go, like that. But what if I said that? He would be insulted that all the basics of the skill that he spent a decade and a half of his life honing was simply disregarded as so simple that it's stupid, right? I don't know why I came into this tangent, but oh shit, I moved the fucking camera. Fuck me. There you go. Let me move this back. Ugh, so annoying. I hate how the wheels are all close to each other. The wheels of the chair I'm sitting on, along with the wheels of the what's it called? The tripod. Okay, well, I have to memorize that now, so let's do it from a different angle, right? But that's just the thing, is just because you may have a particular opinion about a domain does not mean you have the right to like, you can have an opinion, but your opinion doesn't mean anything if you haven't put the work in, is all I'm trying to say, right? I'm kind of just bitching at this point. I'm just being a fucking dickhead, but I don't, like, I've had enough beginners, what's it called? I've seen enough beginners on the internet, as well as I've even had people on my live streams kind of state that, like, oh, is it really that important, right? When it comes to perspective or whatever, like, is it really that important, right? Is it really? It's like, no. Okay, it's not that important. It's just one of the most fucking important things that you're ever gonna have to learn, right? Form is not that important, because why would every single person that you look up to in terms of art talk about these fundamentals? It can't be that important, right? Like, are you fucking retarded? Are you? It's at that point you're asking that question to validate your own. You're literally just asking that question to validate the fact that you don't want to put the work in. That's the way I see it, right? When somebody asks something absolutely fucking retarded like that, all I think is this person doesn't want to put the work in. They're hoping the answer is, no, my sweet summer child, it isn't that important. Here, do absolutely nothing and you'll get good. I actually got this I saw this in the artwod Discord, because there's like a Discord for the fucking, and I don't care if they hear me, because I'm not even shitting on them. I'm just saying they are reflective of this mindset, right? Where, and I wasn't an asshole either, right? I just told them, like, it's all about the reps. Like, you just gotta work hard, right? What else can we do but work hard? But kind of lost the perspective there. See, it happens. It happens to even gods like me. But basically, they were talking about the grind nodes, right? They were like, oh, it's so hard, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking, bro, I literally did 10 times the requirement of the grind node. Are you fucking kidding me? But whatever, they're complaining, it's difficult, blah, 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 blah. And I just chimed in and I said, that's literally what art is. Like, that's literally just what art is, right? It's just the repetitions, you know? And that's, and I didn't say that actually. I said, that's how it is with any skill. It's just about, it's an untold amount of repetitions of the basics, right? And it's one of those things where people will acknowledge, be like, oh yes, true, very true, yes, true. But then when it comes to something that they particularly want to learn in whatever domain it is, suddenly that doesn't apply. It's like, I want to be good now. I don't want to be good later. I want to be good now. It's like, okay, you can be fucking good now all you want. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be good now. You're not gonna be good tomorrow. You're not even going to be good 5 years from now. Okay? So get that shit out of your head. What you need to be good at is learning to enjoy the thing that you want to be good at. To put it as simply as possible, is to enjoy the fucking process. What a surprise! I'm talking about enjoying the process again. Wow, would you believe that everybody who gets good at a skill, it's amazing. It's who would have fucking thought that everyone who gets good at something learns to enjoy it, right? How, in what universe could anybody have seen that coming? Not me, and I come all the time. So it's insane, right? But anyways, my rant aside, I actually am getting better at memorizing. I think did a pretty good. I was trying to take my time there. Oh, and I fucked it up. Never mind. I'm fucking apparently ass. But at least I'm starting to understand this connection a lot better. So it was. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, I had this up here. Yeah, that was a fuck up. I actually completely forgot that I did this. Okay, that's good. That's good. The fact that I forgot means I only have room to improve. You see how I wasn't immediately like, wow, how could I forget this skill is stupid. I don't even need to practice this. No, the frame, the mindset I've trained myself is okay. So I can just keep going and keep trying to get better, right? So yeah, with my nasally voice lecturing you, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a break. And to be honest, really, all I'm trying to say is anybody can draw, right? You just need to practice having the right mindset so it becomes second nature. I'm telling you, when I started for the first 6 months, I started not with brush pen, but with fine liner like this, right? This is the Staedtler fine liner for anybody asking, the Staedtler tripless fine liner, okay? Because I know people like to do that. It's always good. I understand. I'm on the same end. It's like, what pen is that? But yeah, Staedtler, yeah, right? Staedtler tripless fine liner, tripless, TRIPLUS. Anyways, but the first 6 months when I started, and I was actually using a felt tip fine liner because of fucking Drawbox, right? And dude, I was shitting myself for those first 6 months because I didn't have the right mindset. It's like, it's permanent, and it's all fucking Irshad Karim, the uncomfortable, the guy who created Drawbox's fault. Okay, I will point fingers at him, not in an antagonistic way, but in just an objective way. Okay, it's not his fault in the sense that the way he wrote about it, he'd be like, you will fail, all that stuff, right? And then he'd be like, that's okay, but you will fail. But he didn't. He framed it in a way like, you're gonna fail, and he sprinkle a little bit of, that's okay, that's normal, but you're gonna fail, just deal with it. Instead of being like, the failure is the best thing that can happen to you because that's where your brain is learning, right? Do your best not to fail, but when you do, that is the best thing ever. He didn't frame it in as much of a positive and genuinely, like, even he could have backed it up by science, because it's literally backed up by science when it comes to error recognition and correction, right? And growth mindset and all that stuff. So that's my issue with him. But when I started that, because of that mindset that he was permeating into my brain, I was fucking shitting myself for like 6 months straight. And I had to unfuck myself by doing my own research and just listening to all these podcasts on how to actually learn properly. But let's see. Okay, again, we'll start like this. I like doing these. Let's see. I'm trying to think. How do I want this? Actually, wait. We'll do something like this. I am trying to focus on my lines. I just want to point that out, right? Maybe it doesn't seem like it. Obviously, I'm ending up going over into my other thing. But see, again, I'm not particular whatsoever about my drawings, right? For me, it's just do your best, keep doing your best, and then one day that'll pay off, right? And enjoy doing my best. That's the main thing. I really, really, really enjoy doing my best. Right now, everything I just outputted was absolute shit. My lines were shit. Not seeing the perspective is shit. The lack of consistency in my lines are shit, right? But I'm just telling myself that this is a good thing, right? Because why wouldn't it be a good thing? Give me one reason why me trying is not going to be a good thing. So if that applies to me, why wouldn't it apply to you? Give me one reason why you trying is not a good thing. Give me one reason why you trying and doing your best to learn from your failures is not a good thing. If you can give me one solid reason, apart from right, apart from that, if you can give me one coherent reason as to why you trying your best and failing, and then trying your best again and failing, and then continually just going through these micro learning processes is not a good thing. Apart from it feels bad, which can be trained to feel good. If you can give me one reason, absolutely just one reason when it comes to this particular skill, in this particular context, right, of learning art, or just learning a skill in general, if you can give me one solid reason around that, I will tell my mother. On the spot, I will give her to you, okay? I'll have to have a very difficult conversation with her afterwards as well, but you know, that's the price you pay. Okay. See, that was a mistake. That was completely a mistake because I didn't pay attention. That was a mistake as well because I was trying to follow the other thing's perspective. If the answer is some bullshit like, well, actually failures can be really bad because blah blah blah, then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All I hear is bitch moan, and I don't want to believe in myself. That's all I hear. Right? And that's all you prove to yourself. You're not proving anything to anybody apart from yourself that you do not want to believe in yourself. Right? And you want to give as many reasons as possible as to not believe in yourself. I'm spending literally, I've been spending the last, what, fucking 15 minutes? How long has the video been going on? 21 minutes. I've been spending the last 21 minutes talking about why people can, or beginner artists, whatever, like whoever this random fucking people I'm bitching about are, but it basically accounts for beginner artists with poor mindsets, right? It doesn't apply to you, by the way, if you're a beginner artist with a good mindset, because clearly you have a good mindset. I don't need to tell you that learning is fun. I don't need to tell you anything. You've already come to this conclusion on your own. But it's highly likely that if you are a beginner artist that you haven't come to this conclusion on your own, right? I wouldn't want that for you, but it's just the likelihood, right? So, yeah, with that being said, give me one good fucking reason. Like, just a proper reason, right? Wait, I probably should have looked at that a bit more. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm getting better at memorizing. But yeah, just give me one fucking proper reason, right? As to why having a good mindset around learning is not a good is not a good thing, right? Why failing and learning from your failures is not a good thing, right? The answer is you can't find one, but you're gonna scramble anyways. Wait, how'd I do this? Okay, I got it. That's fine. But yeah, like, this is why I started this channel, to show you that it's all shit. Look at that line. That was fucking garbage. Absolutely horrendous line. Shame to my family. But I did it anyways, because I'm God. Yeah, but I did it anyways. Okay, it was this, and then it went down, and then it went diagonal. Okay, so we can close this off. Again, look at these lines, right? I'm not just saying shit and then outputting the most beautiful art you've ever seen. I'm saying shit and then outputting consistent shit, right? That should make my word even more valuable, all things considered, to be honest. Right? Because I'm technically backing up what I'm saying by not being the best, not outputting the best things, but still enjoying it anyways. Look at that. Why is my fucking hand traveling like that? What was that shit? Why can't I keep thin lines? Right? But I'm not getting angry. Obviously, I'm saying it in a bit of an animated manner, but I'm not angry. I'm very happy because that means that there's only room for, what's it called? What am I trying to say? There's only room for an upward trajectory, right? You cannot fail if failure is the goal, right? Failure is the goal. Don't get it wrong. Like, don't get it misconstrued. Failure is the goal. Okay, and then we did diagonal, right? And it was like all the way down there. So something like right there. Something like that. We'll bring it down here as well. Again, we need to think about the diagonal, right? So I don't want to obviously lose the perspective, There you go. Right? I'm getting a lot better at memorizing. There you go. Yeah, because it's flat on that end. See, probably proportions are a bit off, but there you go. I just tilted it. Yeah, it's a bit too wide there. But I took that and I just moved it slightly down, right? I actually could have done this a bit better, I believe. Yeah, it should have been further down, actually. It should have been like that. But the point is, I made an attempt, right? And that's all that matters. I made an attempt. I'm honestly, maybe I'm not even drawing the best right now because I'm getting distracted by my own fucking rage. You can hear how angry I am. There you go. I need to articulate my spazziness better, but I can't explain how much fun I'm having either. This is super fun. So again, because right now I'm gonna try to visualize something, which will probably be very difficult, right? So why don't we do something like this? Just trying to think. Okay, so I have a plan, a game plan, but it will require some forethought. So, okay, so I already kind of fucked it up, but we can still fix it, right? Okay, so I want to do something like this first. Something like that. And then what do I want to do? Okay, but let's think first, because again, we need to figure out the middle of this. Now my brain is struggling because I'm trying to figure out the middle of this perspective, which is right there, right? If we do this, I do this, it's like right there. See, my lines are a lot cleaner in this angle, but that doesn't mean that they're clean, right? Because look how much I struggled there. So, just trying to think. Well, I think I connected that wrong. But can we work around that? Can we fix this mistake, right? Because it should have been connected here. These both lines should have been connected there. Because then it would have been something like that, right? That wouldn't really make any sense. I think I know what to do. Still work around it. Because anything, especially when you understand perspective, can relatively be worked around, right? Something like that. Something like that. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the logic that I've created. Just trying to think about the perspective, because again, I don't want to lose the perspective. It's very difficult. Very, 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 very difficult, but I don't want to lose it, man. She's all I had. Let's see. Just trying to think. So if that's this is the part I want to use my brain. I'm really struggling here, so I need to figure out the logic that I've established, and perhaps I've already broken. But because this, so I could do something like this. There you go. That helps a lot more, right? Something like that, maybe. And then if it's coming that way, I think something like that, actually. And again, let's practice these lines. As you can see, they're horrendous. They're absolutely horrendous. But that is how we learn. And the thing is, while I'm drawing this, I have to still think a lot about what I'm drawing. It sounds very obvious, but I still have to think a lot about what's being drawn, right? The three-dimensionality of what's being drawn. Because it's very easy to forget that as you draw. And again, lines are not the best at all, to be honest, right? Pretty fucking mediocre, but it's how we learn. And then I'm trying to think, I want to do something like, right? It's basically one of these shapes, I believe. Something like that. But on this end, it is something like that. There you go. And again, the perspectives, I think, has already been adjusted a tad. Yeah, I've already greatly bastardized it, because that is not supposed to converge as much, but it's okay. We've already done it, so we can't do anything about that. You just have to align everything else with it, right? And just trying to think. Again, I keep making that mistake. That line should not be there. This line right here, it should be something like this. There you go. It should be something like that. Well, we can try drawing this now from memory, right? Which would be... Well, actually, I should look at it a little bit more. Let's see. How do I want to rotate this? I want to be seeing from this side. That's where I want to see it from, right? So that would be, oof. See, that's difficult. That's extremely difficult to just rotate things in your mind, right? But I realized maybe I haven't been challenging myself as much as I should. So now, there you go. Throw my pride aside in the sense that, wait, how much time has passed? Okay, only half an hour. Nice. The first 20 minutes of bitching went by fast, but now it's slowed down because I actually have to really work hard. So again, throw my pride away, realize that maybe I haven't been challenging myself to the best of my ability, and then bring myself back to really try to analyze, right? And to really use my brain. So again, I have to analyze the shape. I have to understand the shape that I'm drawing, right? And in the same vein, I have to rotate this. So we need to rotate this. I need to see it in my mind's eye. I see. Okay, so it'd be something like that. Okay. I believe that's correct. Let me just look at it one more time. I'm just gonna analyze this, but then I'm not gonna look at it again, right? So just have to rotate it. Super difficult, by the way, to rotate things in your mind. However you visualize, it's particular to the individual, right? For me, I'm kind of looking at it, but I'm trying to rotate it in my mind, but also kind of on the page, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, so let's do it, right? Extremely difficult, and that's why it's worthwhile. Okay, so it is... What is the shape? It is this, and then this, and then that. I need to think about the shape now, actually. So it's, I did a rectangle, and then I went like this, then I went back. So now when I bring it forward again, it's just, okay, I think I understand. The thing is, the most important part about all of this is keeping the shape in my mind while I do this. Right, it was that, kind of went, there you go. And then we brought it all the way back. Yeah, okay, so that's just what I need to do here. Constantly trying to think about the shape as I think about the perspective, as I think about the rotation. Million things to think about. And I'm never gonna be able to do all of them perfectly, but I will do my best to reach a perfect standard for myself. Right? So maybe that sounds contradictory, but the point is, objectively, it's never gonna be perfect. But again, the skill right now is also I'm drawing while talking. I'm literally explaining my thought process while I'm getting butt fucked by my thought process, right? So that's another thing that we all have to take into account, is the fact that, is that accurate? Hold up. I'm trying to think. See, I think I'd lost it a little bit. This is probably wrong now, but this is where recall comes in. So we have to think how it was turned. So I know that exists. So what's happening here? Is it, so if that's what's happening there, then what's happening here? Like something like this? So like that? Could be wrong. This could very well be wrong, right? And it's something, no wait, that's wrong again. It has to be something like this. There you go. Right. And I think I fucked up the perspective a little here now that I look at it. It's slightly off. And then it was, there you go, something like that. Or was it something like this? 1 second. Yeah, something, it was the other way. Okay, so now I have to think about what is the middle of this. See, my mind immediately wants to create a fucking box that's like this. It's completely wrong. That's why we ghost. Right? That's why we ghost, to create that understanding that, hey, you're wrong. Okay? You have to see the right box. And that feeling of of making a mistake is the good thing, because that is where growth happens. Right? So it's something like this, actually. So I did fuck that up too. But again, this is how we learn. This is literally the learning process, which is just painful. No, not painful. Again, we don't want to use that language. Uncomfortable. And everybody can feel discomfort. So uncomfortable mistakes, which you lean into. The frustration, as Huberman says, right? Frustration. It's like right there somewhere. So again, we will, this is making a bet. right? We are estimating. And we are just simply executing based on that estimate. You know, and it is full of mistakes. I would like to say that this is probably full of mistakes because I'm not too certain. I did try my best to remember, but obviously confidence comes from knowing with just utmost to the utmost degree, with like extreme assertiveness, that you did it right. I don't think I did this right. I think I did it very wrong, actually. But let's see. So this needs to be a wider angle. I got this right. Okay, so I did get it right, but the angles were wrong in the sense that, okay, if that's this side, it's coming out to there. Okay, well, actually, this is what the issue is. It was way too much. There you go. That already makes it a lot better. But then again, how does it really connect? So I don't even think the connection made sense here, per se, right? If anything, the connection here should have been something like this. Yeah, there you go. And then it connected. So that would have made more sense. Then I could have just done the same thing here. Okay, well, I'm going to rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. That's very difficult, and I'm going to keep trying to make things more and more and more difficult, right? And yeah, it's essentially just the more complicated, the better. The more complicated, the better, right? I don't think this is going to be my last bout of multiple rounding, but I think this is going to be my last bout of multiple rounding like this. After this, I want to make some more complex shapes. We'll see, like actually utilizing not the wireframe, not just the wireframe, but other things. But this is so difficult. I want to keep practicing this. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm going to rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. RB. Yeah, memorizing is still very difficult. I keep going back and forth between, wow, I've gotten better, and wow, this is very difficult, right? But I think, personally, it should be a good thing that there's always some, Jesus Christ, relative level of difficulty, right? You know how I say draw along with me? I should start saying burp along with me so people get desensitized to this shit. But yeah, I think I mentioned last video, whatever, that one of Roxanne GM, one of my fans, wanted a tattoo commission. So I'm in talks with her about that. It's pretty cool shit. I'm not gonna lie, that a fan wants a tattoo from me, or not a tattoo, but a design, like just commissioning a design. Obviously, I was transparent and I said, listen, I'm gonna just look at market pricing. I'm gonna look at what they charge, and we're gonna figure it out from there. But then she said the most beautiful words that man has ever heard. I don't care about pricing. I just want something from you. And I was like, that right there. That's the sweet. That's how I get to my heart, more specifically my wallet, right? After that, I was like, say less, fam. That's a Toronto man speak for those of you who are not in the know, right? But I said something along the lines of say slightly less. My family member, and then she blocked me. So it's pretty good stuff all around. I mean, I got to rep my culture, she got to reject my culture, so I had a good time. There you go. Just trying to make an interesting shape. You know, we all love using the word interesting without knowing what it means, right? So, okay. And then I'll do this. Okay, I need to see the box. Okay, yeah, it's like that. See, even me just doing the whole see the box shit was very difficult. Okay, I want to make it very clear. This is all very difficult, right? Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean I'm not struggling. See, that was a fuck up too. There you go. That's my little shape that I will, oh, I'll do something like this as well, where, let's see, how do I want to do this? Oh, we can do something like this actually. Wait, hold up, how do I want to do this? And maybe I should add something else over here. Oh yeah, I think I should. There you go. There you go. So now it's kind of even, right? And it's like that, and then it's like that. Ta-da! There you go. Very convoluted shape. Which I now, because look how many plane changes I've introduced. Right? So we need to understand those plane changes, which is the fun part. Because this type of plane change is different than this one. They're different connections, maybe? Or are they? No, I don't think they are actually. Let's see. I'm still figuring out these connectors. I need to keep that more in mind before I just randomly do shit, right? Oh god. Yes, I am sick. But how much time do I have left? Oh, what the fuck? Now it's 47 minutes, dude. How does time fly so fast? Okay, I need to really analyze this shape. There's no point if I don't come out of the session and be like, fuck, man, that hurt my brain. I'm so happy. I want my brain to hurt. God damn it. So let's memorize this to the best of our ability. Okay, this is all simple. What is the logic that I established here? Right? Because this is a flat plane. Okay. So what the fuck is this? This doesn't make any sense. Feels like that, maybe that would make sense. I might have to change the logic there. But, and I think this diagonal is incorrect. Yeah, because the box is a bit bigger. Okay. Well, let's, so it's like that. It's out, diagonal again. Well, this is clearly what's holding it all together. So let's just try to keep that in mind. Okay. Just to buttfuck myself, let's make it even more difficult. Wait, let me just look at it one more time, actually. Okay. Oh, I love memory drawing. It's so hard. It's so fucking difficult. Especially when I'm doing this shit, like all these plane changes. It's extremely difficult. But it's good. It's really good. I just need an anchor. That's what I need. That's what I need is an anchor. Okay, so I'll do something like that, right? So this can be my anchor. Right? This was the vertical and the diagonal, which established our perspective. I did not mean to make it that thick, just gonna unthicken that a little. Right. And now we have the diagonal, right? The diagonal. Is this one? Oh, okay, so I think I need to do a little bit something here. Just trying to think right now. This will be roughly around here, right? Something like this. And no, I fucked it up, but it's okay. It's actually a good thing that I fucked it up, because I need to figure this out anyways, right? And then this one will be... Yeah, okay. It's the different planes. Ooh, this hurt my brain. Okay, so then it's something like that. So that's obviously a mistake as well. And then we have something like this, where I'm just trying to think. Box, keep putting it in the box, right? Just always the box. The box is the reference for everything. So this comes in like, is it, what's going on here? That's the fucking thing. Is it like that? I don't know. Okay, so obviously these both are wrong, but that's good. Yeah, the logic of that was very difficult to figure out. So this coming in this way, comes down diagonal, and then it comes across again. Doesn't look like that, obviously, at all, but hey, I have a lot of time, so I could just try again and keep trying and keep trying. Yeah, I'm gonna just try that again. We'll do that, we'll do that again here, right? From a slightly different angle. And clearly what we need to establish is the fact that these come first, right? If we can, this is what's in front, technically. So the connection is difficult to do if we create these first, right? So I need to create the box in my mind and then still put the diagonal in it while keeping that box in place, which is obviously very difficult. So if anything, I'll just practice this first, right? But in a different angle. So if that's my box, right? If that's my box, I think yeah, okay. So something like this. Now this is the thing with the original one I did. There wasn't like an extra square here. to go off of. Wait, no, it should be something like this, right? Yeah, so if that's my box, then is it something like this? Right? Is that what it is? Something like that? No, well, it's very difficult to keep the diagonal in mind with the box. So let's try that again from the bottom. Right over here. Something like that. And then we have this. Then this. That does make sense in terms of a diagonal. And then this is the box, right? This is the plane. But what is this? Because this is like that. So we do have an extra box here. Aha! But that doesn't make any sense. So what we have is this attachment needs to have logic. So I need to figure out the logic for this attachment. Once I can figure that out, it's never going to be an issue again. Right? Because that's like this. So it needs to be like that. This attachment, this is the fucking end all be all. So it's something like this, right? That, like that. Doesn't make any sense. They all have to be following each other. No, I need to figure out that attachment, right? And you might be wondering, why are you going so far to figure out some sort of rounding that you'll likely never use to this extent, right, in your drawings? And the answer is you don't know that, and I don't know that, right? And it only, like, figuring out the logic of any sort of fundamental form is only beneficial, right? The more I can figure out the logic for one thing, the easier I can fall into the habits and the process for figuring out the logic for another thing, right? So again, if I were to, let's just do it again here, right? Something like, and the box is the biggest thing. Right, there's my diagonal. Again, the skill of keeping the box in place, even though I'm starting with the diagonal, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. But I'm gonna do it anyways. And I notice sometimes I rush, so that's another thing, right? We don't want to rush into anything. Okay? And now it has to go, it has to connect. So it's connecting like this. Is it? No, it's straight here. So what does this look like then? Because this is clearly the straight part, right? Is this just... Because yeah, sure, that's the diagonal, and then my actual vertical is going to be like this, right? Something like that. So is this the part where this one is curved in? Then what's happening here? This must also be a curved in like that, no? Then we have, what was the original one? The original one is, it's facing, if it's facing that way, then I'm also facing this way. Yeah. See? Wait, But then that makes it the same. Hold up. There you go. There you go. Should be like that, right? Something like that. And then again, is that what's happening though? See, the pivot's very hard to figure out. Quote unquote. I don't know if it's not a pivot, it's a hinge more than anything. It's kind of a pivot too, actually. But it's difficult, of course, to internalize, right? So we have to try to figure that out first. I don't think the orientation really matters in this regard. And again, sometimes I seem to be adding something like this, other times I'm not. This one is a lot easier because it's this connection, right? It's this connection, and then it's to the it's adjacent to it, right? But even does that make sense? I need to practice this hinge logic more, right? So if I have, and it has to be applicable in any direction. I think it is this shape. I generally think this is a shape that is the hinge or whatever, but they can all seem to differ as well. But does it? Isn't this one the exact same thing? It's just like this, right? No, but this one, see, there isn't any of this. So what we need, actually, is to make it the same all around, no matter what, right? We need to make it applicable no matter what. So that's what it needs to be, is we need it to be like that at any point when it's connected. So it should make sense no matter what, right? Because then, yeah, we have our two planes. This one, well, it's only one square plane. Here also, it's one square plane and then essentially three curved planes. Okay, that are essentially resting like this, right? One, two, three. That's the square plane, and then this is what's curving around it. So that is what needs to be established, because then, no matter what, I don't think the logic falls flat. So if I were to try this again, but if I started from, okay, let's just do the diagonal again, right? Let's just start it from here. So I'll create my box like that. So we'll have the diagonal like this, and we'll just say something like this, right? Yeah. Okay. Now this pivot, we have to figure out, obviously. We're always going to have to figure out this pivot. But there you go, and that's my box. So it's going up this way, right? Now, if I do something like that, and then 1, 2, 3. I see, okay. Because that's the square one. So square one. So something like this. Something like that, right? I don't know if it's exactly completely accurate, but I will play with this logic a bit more because I think the only thing that matters is the consistency. So I have 3 adjacent. So 1, and then what's happening here? The square plane is obviously on this side. So it's the opposite. Okay, so that works out. And this. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's literally what it is. Okay, so in this angle, what this one is this. It's this. right? And then this, and then this is obviously, it's curving inwards, but this one is also like that, and this is a square plane. You see, same shit as this. So it's 3 planes that are essentially, how can I explain this to myself again? It's 1, 2, 3, so 3 planes, right, that are have the curve. One plane that is straight over here, and then the other plane that is, it's curving to follow that, I believe. It's the best way to explain it, and it's all following the curve too, so it should be something like this, right? And then same thing here, something like that. Okay, well, this is not visually a visual representation of this probably isn't the best, but I'm gonna keep explaining it. We're gonna keep explaining this until we break it down so it makes sense, right? So again, we have one plane that's straight, that's just a square plane, right? And then another plane that's curved, another plane that's curved, and then another plane that's curved, and it's kind of, this is what's connecting it all, I believe, right? Does that make sense? Fuck, I don't know. Okay, no, it's curved like so. Oh yeah, the bottom plane is what's curved, right? And then this is, yeah, this is what's connecting them all. So it's like this. It's this, and then it's curved this way, and then I think curved this way. Then this is just connecting it. So this way, if you're going up vertically, it's curved. If you're going this way, or if you're going this way, it's curved, right? And this is the square plane, kind of keeping it all together. And if you're going this way, it should be curved as well. So obviously I still don't understand the curve, quote unquote, logic, which is the consistency part. So keep doing it. Literally just keep doing it. This is all a fucking test run anyways, right? This is the problem solving process, which is the funnest fucking thing in the world. So yes, I master this logic. I understand, quote unquote, master this logic. Everything else will make so much more sense, because right now it's kind of been, I've just been blind. I've just been trying to memorize the shapes. But I think, again, as Kim Jong-gi said, and as many other great artists like him have said, and even, maybe not even to his caliber, but whatever, all artists who are excellent to some degree have said, understand rather than just understand, analyze rather than just copy, right? That applies to copying from references, and also understands copying your own fucking drawings if you're trying to draw it from memory, right? So let's see. So for this one, for example, it'll be this, like that. Oh no, wait, that's not the hinge though. We need the hinge. Yeah, the hinge is a different beast, because this is just the rounding, right? This is just like that. That's just the rounding. If I were to do it in a different angle, it would just be like this, right? Oh, maybe not the best fucking angle, but yeah, that's just the rounding, But isn't that just the hinge? That's the real question now. Isn't that just the hinge? This rounded corner? I guess, again, it all comes back to, well, what happens when diagonals occur, right? This one technically would be something like this, So there's 2 types of pivots or connections that are occurring, right? One where there's plane changes, where it's something like this, and then it's going all the way around, so it's like that, seemingly, right? Actually, no, that's wrong. It's the other way. Yeah, one where it's like, let me just start over here. So one where, if that's facing that way, and then yeah, it's like a diagonal, right? So it'll be something like that. So it's, again, a bit more convoluted in that sense. and we just have something like this coming around, right? Boom, that connects it. Boom, that connects it. So there's that type of connection, which is pretty logical, I'd like to think, right? And then there is connections like this, which one, like that, right? I think those are also the same ones. Because what is that actually? That is something like, it's this, right? And then this side is this. And then this side is a square plane. And then we're just connecting it to make sense. So I think the conclusion is there's no one specific hinge, right? It's just the connection that makes sense. I think that's the way I'm explaining to myself. It's whatever aligns with what already exists, right? So what is this? This one is like this, right? We bring it down, this one's also like that, you know, because we're going in that perspective. So really what this is actually something like this, you know? And then something, because what is this? Yeah, there you go, it's something like that. And then over here we have a square plane, so now we're just connecting it all. But again, it's angled in a way where it does make sense for it to go like this, right? Who the fuck am I apologizing to? Who knows? I don't know. This is very difficult. It does make sense to a degree, but it's about figuring it all out, right? It's about figuring it all out. So I'm really glad, because this is working my brain, which is what I need, right? In a different way, in a problem-solving way, apart from the memory drawings. So again, if I were to have, let's just say something like that, right? If we bring it down, it's like this. Okay, cool. I understand the planes that are being connected. Now I want to diagonally put it elsewhere. So the question becomes, if I want to diagonally put it elsewhere, what are the plane changes that I'm creating with this new problem, right? Because we can't just, like, if I want to turn it, let's see, like, this is the perspective, right? But if I just want to, like I did here, right, just turn it and make it like this, right? Just make it like that. You know, what is occurring? So then we get something like this. And it's flat at the bottom. I think that's the main thing that I'm understanding, right? And this is the plane, right? So, and then over here, this is the plane. So it's actually at a bit of an angle. And then I'm just connecting it like so for it to go in that diagonal, right? And then again, this is the plane. It didn't connect it properly, and then whatever, this, there you go, that's the new diagonal, right? So this is the original perspective, and then the diagonal I put out like so is the altered perspective. But now what is that shape, right? This shape is now something like that, like that. Oh, and then now see, it's altered. It's slightly coming outward like so. And then it's connecting. And then on the left side too, it's like this. Oh, okay. So that is the manipulation, and the fact that it's because it's no longer following the same perspective, it's expanding a bit outward. I think I understand now. I think I understand. This page looks amazing because it's extremely messy, and this is my thought process, right? This is just me learning. So getting closer and closer, and I'm gonna probably do one more bout of multiple rounding with this type of stuff, like really, really, really try to memorize these little wireframes that I'm creating, and then I'll do another few hours of multiple rounding. Should I just leave it at that and then move on to the next one? Because what is it? What is the next practice anyways? Draw 20 single-rounded boxers from imagination. Oh, great. So we go back to that. Okay, might as well, because it's all going to be drawing things from memory and rotating them anyways. right? So, and then after that, draw 20 multiple rounded boxes from imagination. Oh, and then we get to cones and twisted. Oof, bro, I'm gonna fucking go off on the cones because that shit's difficult. And that's one of the biggest things I've wanted to get down is like it really helps with understanding perspective. So yeah, I'll do one more hour of this and then we'll move on. Okay, wonderful. Anyways, I hope you all tried. I hope you all had fun. I know you did because you tried, because that's all that matters. And keep practicing, just like I am, right? Even in practices like this, that to you or to anybody who just looks at the page thinks, "What the fuck? This looks disgusting." To me, it's, "Oh wow, I put a lot of effort in a lot of specific areas where I was trying to figure things out, and I think I'm like 2% closer to figuring those things out, right?" And I'm really, really happy. I really want to keep pushing my mind to try to memorize shapes and all that stuff. So it's really fun. But yeah, with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.